23 hours after Alex's ultimatum, the coalition began to fracture. Reports flooded in from across the galaxy as smaller species withdrew their fleets and sought separate peace agreements with humanity. The overwhelming display of human power had shattered the coalition's confidence, but Alex knew the core members would not surrender so easily. Dr. Maya Rodriguez called from the research facility on Kepler 442b, one of the ancient human worlds that had been recently reoccupied. Her excitement was evident even through the holographic transmission, as she stood surrounded by alien technology that defied current understanding. "Alex, you need to see what we have discovered here," Maya said, her voice filled with awe. "This planet is not just a colony world. It is a massive research and manufacturing complex that has been operating autonomously for 50,000 years. Alex felt his pulse quicken. Autonomous systems that had been running for millennia could contain unimaginable technological advances. "What kind of systems are we talking about?" Alex asked. "Terraforming equipment that can transform a dead world into a garden paradise in a matter of weeks," Maya replied. "Manufacturing facilities that can construct entire fleets from raw asteroids. And Alex, we have found something incredible in the deep research labs." Maya's image shifted to show a vast underground chamber filled with strange crystalline structures that pulsed with energy. The crystals were arranged in complex geometric patterns that seemed to shift and change as Alex watched. "What are those?" Alex asked. "Temporal manipulation devices," Maya said quietly. "The ancients were experimenting with time itself. These crystals can accelerate or slow the flow of time in localized areas." Alex stared at the display in amazement. Temporal manipulation was considered impossible by current galactic science. If humanity possessed such technology, it would give them an advantage beyond anything their enemies could imagine. "Have you tested the devices?" Alex asked. "Preliminary tests only," Maya replied. "But Alex, we could accelerate our ship production by a factor of hundreds. Or we could slow down enemy attacks, making their weapons nearly useless." Before Alex could respond, urgent alarms began ringing throughout the eternal vigilance. Kevin Barnes's voice cut through the noise with critical information. "Captain, coalition forces are moving," Kevin reported. "The Carnian Dominion is launching a massive assault on our outer colonies." Alex quickly shifted his attention to the tactical displays. Thousands of red dots representing enemy ships were moving toward human space from multiple directions. The coalition had chosen war over surrender. "How many ships?" Alex asked. "Initial reports suggest over 50,000 vessels in the first wave," Kevin replied. "They are targeting our colonies in the Centauri and Wolf systems." Alex felt anger building inside him. The coalition was attacking civilian colonies, hoping to force humanity to negotiate from a position of weakness. "All human fleets battle stations," Alex commanded. "Prepare to defend our colonies." Admiral Wells appeared on the communication screen from Earth Command, her expression grim but determined. "Alex, the coalition has made their choice." "Admiral," Wells said. "How do we respond?" Alex looked at the tactical situation. The coalition forces were spread across dozens of star systems, making a conventional response difficult. But humanity had advantages the enemy could not imagine. "Admiral, I have an idea," Alex said. "Maya has discovered temporal manipulation technology on Kepler 442b. If we can deploy it strategically, we could turn this attack to our advantage." "Explain," Admiral Wells said. Alex activated a holographic display showing the coalition attack. "Patterns. The enemy is counting on overwhelming our defenses with sheer numbers. But if we can slow down their attack while accelerating our response, we can engage them piecemeal instead of all at once." Admiral Wells looked intrigued. "How quickly can this technology be deployed?" "Maya, can you install temporal devices on our fleet?" Alex asked. "I can have the first installations ready within hours," Maya replied. "But Alex, this technology is untested in combat. We do not know what side effects it might have." "We are about to find out," Alex said grimly. Within 6 hours, the first human ships equipped with temporal manipulation devices were racing toward the coalition forces. Alex led the fleet personally, determined to protect the human colonies from attack. Captain, we are approaching the Centauri system, Linda reported. Coalition forces are already engaging our defense platforms. Alex could see the battle on his tactical display. Hundreds of Coalition ships were attacking the orbital defenses around Centauri's colonies. The human defenders were outnumbered 10-1. All ships, activate temporal fields, Alex commanded. The effect was immediate and dramatic. The human ships seemed to shimmer and become blurred as time flowed differently around them. To outside observers, the human vessels appeared to be moving at impossible speeds. Coalition ships are trying to target us, Kevin reported, but their weapons are moving too slowly to track us effectively. Alex watched in amazement as Coalition energy beams crawled through space like lazy lightning, while human ships darted between them with ease. The temporal fields were making human vessels nearly untouchable. All ships engage the enemy, Alex ordered. The human fleet struck the Coalition forces like a storm of lightning. Human weapons, accelerated by the temporal fields, tore through enemy shields as if they were paper. Coalition ships that had seemed invulnerable moments before were exploding throughout the system. Captain, the Coalition forces are trying to retreat, Kevin reported. Do not let them escape, Alex commanded. I want the galaxy to see what happens when humanity is attacked. The battle was over within minutes. 3,000 Coalition ships had been destroyed without the loss of a single human vessel. The survivors fled toward Coalition space, carrying news of humanity's impossible new technology. Sir, we are receiving surrender signals from Coalition forces throughout the sector, Linda reported. Alex was not surprised. Word of the temporal manipulation technology would spread quickly through Coalition ranks. Enemy commanders would realize they were facing weapons they could not counter. Captain, Dr. Rodriguez is calling from Kepler 442b, Linda announced. Maya appeared on the screen with even more exciting news. Alex, we have discovered something incredible in the deep archives. Records of other human research worlds, each one specializing in different advanced technologies. Alex felt his excitement building. What kind of technologies? Matter manipulation devices that can transform any element into any other element, Maya replied. Gravity control systems that can create artificial black holes or neutralize the gravity of entire planets. And Alex, we have found evidence of dimensional manipulation technology. Alex stared at the display in disbelief. Dimensional manipulation? The ability to access parallel dimensions and alternate realities, Maya explained. Our ancestors were not just advanced, Alex. They were approaching godlike levels of technology. The implications were staggering. If humanity could access alternate dimensions, they could have unlimited resources and virtually unlimited power. How many research worlds are we talking about? Alex asked. At least 50 major facilities, Maya replied. Each one containing technologies that could revolutionize galactic civilization. Alex realized that humanity's advantages were even greater than he had imagined. The Coalition was not just facing superior ships and weapons. They were facing a species that had transcended the normal limitations of physics itself. Maya, begin. Activating all research facilities, Alex ordered. It is time for the galaxy to see what humanity is truly capable of. Over the next few days, Alex watched as ancient human research stations throughout the galaxy came online. Each facility contained technologies that seemed like magic to current galactic science. Planets transformed themselves into paradise worlds. Stars had their fusion processes modified to produce exotic matter. Space itself was reshaped to create faster travel routes. Captain, we are receiving communications from across the galaxy, Linda reported. Every major government wants to establish diplomatic relations with humanity. Alex was not surprised. The demonstration of temporal manipulation technology had shown the galaxy that humanity possessed powers beyond their comprehension. Even species that had been neutral were now eager to ally themselves with human interests. Sir, Supreme Commander Vex is requesting immediate negotiations, Linda continued. Alex smiled coldly. The Coalition leader who had threatened to destroy humanity was now begging for mercy. Tell Supreme Commander Vex that humanity will consider negotiations, Alex replied. But first, the Coalition must withdraw all forces from human space and formally apologize for their unprovoked attack. Alex knew the Coalition had no choice but to comply. They had seen what human technology could do in combat. They knew that continuing the war would mean their complete destruction. "Captain, Admiral Wells is requesting a strategic conference," Danny Clark announced. Admiral Wells appeared on the main screen along with the other leaders of human government and military. "Alex, the situation has changed dramatically," Admiral Wells said. "We are no longer just defending ourselves. We have the power to reshape the entire galaxy." Alex nodded. The ancient human technologies were so advanced that humanity could impose its will on any species in the galaxy. But with such 3 days after discovering the archive, Alex stood in the command center of Luna Base, watching dozens of alien ships approach Earth. The Vorthon Empire had been joined by vessels from the Crystalline Confederation, the Hive Collective, and several other major powers. What had started as a simple investigation had become a full blockade of the solar system. Lieutenant Sarah Johnson worked frantically at her communication station, trying to manage the flood of incoming messages from the alien fleet. Sarah was one of the youngest officers on the base, but she had proven herself capable of handling even the most stressful situations. Today would test that ability to its limits. "Captain, they are demanding immediate access to the lunar facilities," Sarah reported. "Admiral Kress from the Crystalline Confederation says they will use force if we do not comply within 6 hours. Alex studied the tactical display showing the alien positions. Over 300 ships now surrounded Earth, each one capable of destroying a human city. The aliens were not taking any chances. They clearly suspected that humanity was hiding something significant. "Get me Admiral Patricia Wells at Earth Command," Alex ordered. Admiral Wells appeared on the main screen within seconds. She was a veteran of 30 years of service with steel-gray hair and eyes that had seen too many battles. Wells had been in charge of Earth's defenses since before humanity made contact with alien species. "Alex, what is the situation up there?" Admiral Wells asked. Alex took a deep breath. "Admiral, I need to tell you something that will sound impossible. We have discovered something on the moon that changes everything we thought we knew about human history." For the next 10 minutes, Alex explained about the hidden chamber, the archive, and the revelation that humanity had once ruled a galactic empire. Admiral Wells listened without interrupting, but Alex could see the disbelief growing in her eyes. "Alex, are you telling me that humans had starships 50,000 years ago?" Admiral Wells asked. "Yes, ma'am," Alex replied. "And according to the archive, those ships still exist." Admiral Wells was quiet for a long moment. "Even if that is true, how does it help us now? We have 300 alien ships out there, and they are not going to wait for us to figure out ancient technology." Before Alex could respond, alarms began ringing throughout Luna Base. Sarah's voice cut through the noise with urgent clarity. "Captain, the alien ships are moving into attack formation," Sarah reported. "They are powering up their weapons." On the tactical display, Alex could see the alien fleet spreading out in a classic siege pattern. They were preparing to bombard Earth and the moon until humanity surrendered whatever they were hiding. "This is Admiral Kress of the Crystalline Confederation," came a voice over the communication system. "You have refused our reasonable requests for information. We will now take what we need by force. Prepare to be boarded." Alex felt time running out. In minutes, alien troops would be landing on the moon. Once they discovered the archive, humanity would lose any advantage they might have had. "Admiral Wells," Alex said urgently, "I need authorization to activate the hidden fleet." Admiral Wells stared at him through the screen. "Alex, even if these ships exist, we do not know how to use them. We could be unleashing something we cannot control." "With respect, Admiral, we are about to be invaded by aliens who think we are weak," Alex replied. "If we have weapons that can stop them, we have to try." Admiral Wells was quiet for another moment, watching as alien landing craft began launching from the main fleet. Finally, she nodded. "Do it," she said. "Activate whatever you found down there." Alex turned to Maya and Ryan, who had been monitoring the situation from the archive chamber. "Maya, can you help me understand the activation sequence?" Maya's voice came through the communicator. "Alex, the archive is responding to your presence. It says the activation command is simple. But once you give it, there is no going back. Alex walked quickly back to the archive chamber. The room was now fully illuminated, with dozens of holographic displays showing the current tactical situation. The archive seemed to understand that a crisis was approaching. "Captain Turner," the archive's voice said, as Alex entered. "Alien forces are approaching. Do you wish to activate the hidden fleet?" Alex placed his hand on the crystal panel that controlled the archive. The panel scanned his DNA once again, confirming his genetic authorization. "I do," Alex said firmly. "Activation sequence initiated," the archive announced. "All ships coming online. Estimated time to full activation, 4 minutes." On the displays around Alex, status reports began appearing from locations throughout the solar system. Hidden bases that had been dormant for 50,000 years were suddenly coming to life. Power cores that had slept in the depths of space were beginning to hum with energy. In the asteroid belt, massive shapes began emerging from rocks that had concealed them for millennia. What had appeared to be ordinary asteroids split open to reveal warships the size of mountains. Near Jupiter, an entire fleet of destroyers uncloaked from the planet's moons, their hulls gleaming with weapons that no current technology could match. "My God," Ryan whispered, watching the displays. "There are hundreds of them." Alex could see the tactical situation changing rapidly on the archive's displays. Where there had been 300 alien ships surrounding a defenseless solar system, there were now thousands of human vessels appearing from every direction. "Sarah, what are the aliens doing?" Alex asked over his communicator. Sarah's voice came back filled with amazement. "Sir, they have stopped their attack. I think they are in complete shock." Alex could understand why. The aliens had come expecting to face a primitive human civilization with a few dozen patrol ships. Instead, they were suddenly surrounded by a fleet that outnumbered them 10-1, using technology they had never seen before. "Captain Turner," came a new voice over the communication system. It was deeper and more authoritative than any alien voice Alex had heard before. "This is High Admiral Zorthak of the Combined Galactic Fleet. We demand an explanation for this deception." Alex smiled as he realized the balance of power had completely shifted. Just minutes ago, the aliens had been making demands and threatening force. Now they were asking for explanations. "High Admiral," Alex replied calmly. "You wanted to inspect our lunar facilities. Please feel free to scan whatever you like. But I should warn you that what you find might not be what you expected." Through the archive's sensors, Alex could see the alien ship's scanners sweeping across the solar system. The aliens were detecting energy signatures and weapon capabilities that were far beyond anything they possessed. "How long have you been hiding this fleet?" High Admiral Zorthak asked, and Alex could hear uncertainty in the alien's voice. "About 50,000 years, Alex replied casually. There was a long silence from the alien ships. Alex could imagine the shock on hundreds of alien bridges as they tried to process what they were seeing. "That is impossible," High Admiral Zorthak finally said. 50,000 years ago, your species was primitive. You had no space travel, no advanced technology." "Did we not?" Alex asked. "Or is that just what we wanted you to think?" Alex activated another display in the archive, one that showed historical records from the ancient human empire. The images showed human cities on distant worlds, massive space stations orbiting alien suns, and fleets of warships that dwarfed anything the current galaxy had ever seen. "The truth is, High Admiral, humanity ruled the galaxy long before your species ever left their homeworlds," Alex continued. "We built the greatest empire in galactic history. We conquered 1,000 worlds and commanded fleets of 1,000,000 ships. The displays showed battles from the ancient empire, with human forces defeating alien armies that looked similar to the species now surrounding Earth. The technology gap had been enormous even then." "If this is true," High Admiral Zorthak said slowly, "why did humanity disappear? Why did you let us believe you were weak?" Alex had wondered the same thing when he first learned the truth. The archive had provided the answer, and it was both simple and profound. "Because our ancestors grew tired of ruling through fear," Alex replied. "They realized that an empire built on conquest would always face rebellion. So they chose a different path. The archive displayed records of the Great Council of Humanity, the final gathering of the ancient empire's leaders. Alex could see human commanders debating whether to continue their expansion or to step back and let other species develop. Your ancestors chose to hide rather than rule, Alex continued. They scattered the fleet and went into hiding, letting the galaxy believe that humanity had never been more than a primitive species. For 50,000 years, we watched as other species built their own civilizations. And now? High Admiral, Zorthak asked. Alex looked at the tactical display showing the alien fleet still surrounding Earth. The balance of power had shifted completely, but the situation was still dangerous. One wrong move could start a war that would devastate the galaxy. Now humanity is reclaiming our rightful place, Alex said. We are not asking for permission. We are not negotiating from weakness. We are simply informing you that the age of human hiding is over. Alex could see on the tactical displays that some of the alien ships were. 6 months after the Coalition's defeat, Alex stood on the observation deck of the Infinity's Edge, the newest and most advanced ship in the human fleet. The massive vessel stretched 10 kilometers from bow to stern and incorporated every technological marvel the ancient research facilities had produced. Through the transparent walls, he could see the construction of New Geneva Station, humanity's new capital for galactic affairs. The station was a marvel of engineering that combined human technology with the best innovations from allied species. Temporal fields allowed the construction to proceed at impossible speeds, while matter manipulation devices created materials that had never existed before. The completed sections already housed representatives from over 300 species, all seeking membership in the rapidly expanding Human Federation. Communications Officer Linda Martinez approached Alex with the daily reports from across the galaxy. The transformation of galactic civilization was proceeding faster than anyone had imagined possible. Captain, we have received formal applications for Federation membership from 47 additional species, Linda reported. The Andromedan Trade Consortium wants to establish permanent diplomatic relations. And sir, we have received an interesting message from the former Coalition leadership. Alex turned from the observation window. What do the former Coalition leaders want? Supreme Commander Vex is requesting permission to transform the Coalition territories into a Federation protectorate, Linda replied. They are offering complete submission to human authority in exchange for access to our advanced technologies. Alex was not entirely surprised. The demonstration of human technological capabilities had completely shattered the Coalition's resistance. Species that had once threatened to destroy humanity were now begging to join the human sphere of influence. What is the status of our expansion into the outer galaxy? Alex asked. Excellent progress, sir, Linda replied. Our exploration fleets have established contact with 17 previously unknown civilizations. Most of them are requesting immediate Federation membership after seeing our technological capabilities. Alex nodded as he reviewed the reports. On his personal display, the Human Federation was growing at an unprecedented rate. What had started as a defensive alliance was becoming the foundation of a new galactic civilization. Dr. Maya Rodriguez appeared on the communication screen from the research facility on Kepler 442b. Behind her, Alex could see the bustling activity of scientists from dozens of species working together to unlock the secrets of ancient human technology. Alex, I have incredible news, Maya said, barely able to contain her excitement. We have successfully activated the dimensional manipulation systems. Alex felt his pulse quicken. Dimensional manipulation was the most advanced technology they had discovered in the ancient archives. If it worked, humanity would have access to unlimited resources and virtually unlimited power. What kind of results are you seeing? Alex asked. We have opened stable portals to parallel dimensions, Maya replied. Alex, we are accessing versions of reality where different evolutionary paths were taken. We have found dimensions where Earth developed differently, where other species became dominant, where entirely different forms of life evolved. The implications were staggering. Access to alternate realities would give humanity insights into every possible development path. For galactic civilization, what about resources? Alex asked. Unlimited, Maya replied. We can access dimensions where rare elements are common, where entire planets are made of materials we need. We can obtain any resource we require without depleting our own reality. Alex realized that humanity had just achieved something approaching omnipotence. With dimensional manipulation technology, they could solve any resource shortage, explore any possibility, and overcome any challenge. Maya, begin careful expansion of the dimensional program, Alex ordered, but maintain absolute security. This technology must remain under human control. Alex knew that dimensional manipulation was too powerful to share with other species, at least not immediately. Humanity needed time to understand the full implications and establish proper safeguards. Admiral Patricia Wells appeared on the communication screen from Earth, her expression showing both pride and concern. Alex, we need to discuss the long-term implications of our expansion, Admiral Wells said. The Federation now includes over 400 species across 12 galaxies. We are approaching the size of the original human empire. Alex understood her concern. The ancient human empire had collapsed because it became too large to govern effectively. They needed to ensure that the new Federation did not repeat those mistakes. What are you recommending, Admiral? Alex asked. We establish regional governments with significant autonomy, Admiral Wells replied. Human governors would oversee each region, but local species would handle day-to-day administration. We maintain overall control while allowing for local variation. Alex considered this proposal. It was similar to the system used by the most successful galactic empires in history. Agreed, Alex said. Begin establishing the regional structure. But Admiral, we need to be careful about how much autonomy we grant. We cannot allow any region to become powerful enough to challenge human authority. Understood, Admiral Wells replied. We will maintain human control of all advanced technologies and military forces. Alex turned his attention to the tactical displays showing the current state of galactic civilization. Human influence now extended across vast regions of space, with Federation colonies and stations in thousands of star systems. The transformation from hidden species to galactic rulers had taken less than a year. Captain, we have a priority message from the Galactic Archaeological Council, Linda announced. Dr. Helen Zhao, the leading expert on ancient civilizations, appeared on the screen with news that would change everything once again. Captain Turner, we have made a discovery that you need to know about immediately, Dr. Zhao said. Our archaeological teams have found evidence of other ancient human civilizations. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. Other civilizations? Not just one previous human empire, but multiple cycles of human dominance, Dr. Zhao explained. The archaeological evidence suggests that humanity has risen to galactic power and then disappeared at least 5 times over the past million years. Alex stared at the data Dr. Zhao was transmitting. Ancient ruins on dozens of worlds showed clear signs of human habitation, dating back hundreds of thousands of years. Each cycle seemed to follow the same pattern: rapid expansion, technological advancement, and then mysterious disappearance. Why did they disappear? Alex asked. We are not certain, Dr. Zhao replied. But the evidence suggests that each previous human civilization reached a point where they transcended physical reality entirely. They may have evolved beyond the need for material existence. Alex realized the implications immediately. If previous human civilizations had transcended physical reality, it meant that humanity's current expansion might be just another step in a much larger evolutionary process. Dr. Zhao, continue your research but maintain absolute secrecy, Alex ordered. This information must not reach other species until we understand what it means. Alex knew that if other species learned that humanity had repeatedly risen to cosmic power and then disappeared, it would cause panic throughout the galaxy. Every Federation member would wonder if humans were planning to abandon them as well. Captain, Supreme Commander Vex is requesting an immediate audience, Linda reported. Alex was curious about what the former coalition leader wanted. Supreme Commander Vex appeared on the screen, but he looked very different from their previous encounters. The arrogance and hostility were gone, replaced by what looked like reverence. Captain Turner, Supreme Commander Vex said, the coalition territories formally request incorporation into the Human Federation as a protectorate. We offer complete submission to human authority. Supreme Commander, your people fought a war to prevent human expansion, Alex pointed out. What has changed? We have seen the true extent of human power, Supreme Commander Vex replied. We understand now that resistance is not just futile, it is foolish. Humanity possesses technologies that make our weapons look like primitive tools. Alex nodded. The demonstration of temporal manipulation and dimensional access had convinced even the most stubborn opponents that human power was beyond their ability to challenge. The Federation will consider your request, Alex said. But integration will require complete adherence to Federation law and the acceptance of human governors. We understand and accept these terms, Supreme Commander Vex replied immediately. After ending the communication, Alex reflected on how completely the galactic situation had changed. Species that had once threatened to destroy humanity were now competing to join the Human Federation. The balance of power had shifted so dramatically that human dominance was now seen as inevitable. Captain, Dr. Rodriguez is calling with urgent news, Linda announced. Maya appeared on the screen with an expression of amazement that surpassed even her previous discoveries. Alex, we have made contact with the transcended humans, Maya said quietly. Alex felt his heart stop. What do you mean? The dimensional manipulation devices have allowed us to detect and communicate with the previous human civilizations, Maya explained. The day of the Galactic Council vote arrived with tension crackling through space itself. Alex stood in the command center of the Eternal Vigilance, monitoring communications from across the galaxy. Reports were flooding in about military movements, diplomatic negotiations, and species choosing sides in what might become the greatest conflict in galactic history. Lieutenant Kevin Barnes worked at the tactical station, tracking the movements of hostile fleets throughout known space. Kevin had been promoted after demonstrating exceptional skill in analyzing alien military patterns. Today, his expertise would be crucial in understanding the threat facing humanity. Captain, we are detecting massive fleet movements from the Carnian Dominion, Kevin reported. Intelligence suggests they have assembled over 200,000 ships at their main naval base. Alex felt his stomach tighten. 200,000 ships was a staggering number, even for a species as militaristic as the Carnians. They were clearly preparing for total war. Any word from the Machine Collective? Alex asked. Yes, sir, Kevin replied. They have contributed another 100,000 vessels to what they are calling the Coalition for Galactic Freedom. Alex almost laughed at the name. The three most oppressive species in the galaxy were calling themselves champions of freedom. But the situation was no laughing matter. 300,000 ships was a formidable force even against humanity's advanced technology. Captain, we are receiving the results of the Galactic Council vote, Linda announced from her communications station. Chancellor Vormax appeared on the main screen, but his expression was grim. Behind him, Alex could see the chaos of the council chambers, with delegates arguing loudly in dozens of languages. Captain Turner, Chancellor Vormax said, the Galactic Council has voted to recognize humanity as a major galactic power. The vote was 137 in favor, 63 against. Alex felt relief wash over him. A majority of the galaxy species had chosen to accept humanity's return peacefully. However, Chancellor Vormax continued, there is a significant problem. The 63 species that voted against the proposal have withdrawn from the Galactic Council. They are forming their own government with the Carnian Dominion as the leading power. Alex's relief turned to concern. 63 species represented nearly a third of the galaxy's population and industrial capacity. If they were uniting against humanity, it would mean war on a scale not seen for millennia. What are they calling themselves? Alex asked. The Coalition for Galactic Freedom, Chancellor Vormax replied. They claim that humanity represents a threat to the independence of all species. Alex studied the tactical displays showing coalition forces gathering throughout the galaxy. The enemy fleets were positioned to strike at human space from multiple directions simultaneously. Chancellor, what is the Council's official position on this coalition? Alex asked. The Council supports peaceful resolution of all disputes, Chancellor Vormax replied diplomatically. However, many member species are concerned about the Coalition's military buildup. Alex understood what the Chancellor was really saying. The HFY Council wanted to avoid taking sides in what might become a devastating war. Thank you for the information, Chancellor, Alex said. Humanity will respond appropriately. After ending the communication, Alex called an emergency meeting with Admiral Wells and the Earth government. Within minutes, the command center was filled with holographic images of humanity's top military and political leaders. The situation is clear, Admiral Wells said grimly. We have a third of the galaxy preparing to attack us. What are our options? General Patricia Stone, head of human military intelligence, leaned forward in her holographic projection. Our analysis suggests the Coalition plans a coordinated attack on all human colonies simultaneously. They want to destroy our ability to spread throughout the galaxy. Alex studied the intelligence reports on his screen. The Coalition's strategy was sound from their perspective. If they could cripple humanity quickly, they might prevent the human fleet from being fully deployed. How long before they are ready to attack? Alex asked. 2 weeks, possibly less, General Stone replied. The Coalition is moving faster than we expected. Dr. Maya Rodriguez joined the conference from one of the ancient human research facilities. She had been studying the recovered technology and looked excited despite the crisis. Alex, I have been analyzing the capabilities of our hidden facilities, Maya said. We have more resources than we initially realized. What kind of resources? Admiral Wells asked. Manufacturing centers that can build entire fleets in a matter of days, Maya replied. Weapon systems that we have not even activated yet. And, Alex, we have found evidence of other human fleets. Alex felt his heart racing. Other fleets? The archive was just one of several command centers, Maya explained. Our ancestors did not just hide one fleet. They scattered multiple fleets throughout the galaxy, each one hidden in a different region. Alex stared at the star maps Maya was transmitting. Dozens of locations were marked as potential fleet bases, spread across thousands of light years. How many ships are we talking about? Admiral Wells asked. If all the fleets are intact, possibly 10,000 capital ships and 100,000 support vessels, Maya replied. The human leaders stared at each other in amazement. 10,000 capital ships would outnumber the entire Coalition fleet, and human technology was far superior to anything the aliens possessed. Can we access these fleets? Alex asked. I believe so, Maya replied. The archive contains the activation codes for all the hidden facilities. But Alex, activating them, all would reveal the true extent of human power to the entire galaxy. Alex understood the implications. If humanity revealed the full scale of their hidden forces, it would terrify every species in the galaxy. Even their allies might turn against them out of fear. Admiral, recommendations? Alex asked. Admiral Wells was quiet for a moment, studying the tactical situation. We activate enough fleets to deal with the Coalition threat, but not all of them. We keep some forces in reserve. Agreed, Alex said. Maya, activate 3 additional fleets. That should give us enough ships to handle the Coalition while keeping our full capabilities secret. Understood, Maya replied. Beginning activation sequence now. Over the next week, Alex watched as ancient human facilities throughout the galaxy began awakening. Hidden bases that had slept for 50,000 years suddenly came online, their production centers beginning to build new ships and weapons. Captain, we are receiving a message from the Coalition, Linda announced. The face that appeared on the screen was not General Thurrock, but someone Alex had never seen before. The alien looked like a cross between a reptile and an insect, with multiple eyes and sharp mandibles. I am Supreme Commander Vex of the Coalition for Galactic Freedom, the alien said in a harsh, clicking voice. You will cease your military buildup immediately and submit to Coalition authority. Supreme Commander, Alex replied calmly. Humanity does not recognize the authority of your Coalition. We suggest you disband your forces and return to your homeworlds. Supreme Commander Vex's mandibles clicked angrily. You are greatly outnumbered, human. Our intelligence reports show you have fewer than 2,000 ships. We have over 300,000. Alex smiled slightly. The Coalition's Intelligence was badly outdated. They had no idea about the additional fleets that were now coming online. Supreme Commander, numbers are not everything, Alex said. Quality often matters more than quantity. Your arrogance will be your downfall, Supreme Commander Vex snarled. The Coalition will not tolerate human expansion. We will destroy your species before you can threaten galactic freedom. Supreme Commander, Alex said, his voice growing cold. Humanity has been patient with your threats, but our patience has limits. Alex activated a tactical display showing the current positions of human forces. The Coalition leadership would see that human ships were now present in dozens of star systems they thought were empty. You have been watching our known fleets, Alex continued, but you have not been watching carefully enough. On the display, thousands of new ship signatures began appearing throughout the galaxy. The Coalition had been tracking the original fleet that emerged from the solar system, but they had missed the 3 additional fleets that were now fully operational. Supreme Commander Vex stared at the display in shock. This is impossible. Where did these ships come from? Supreme Commander, humanity has been preparing for this day for 50,000 years, Alex replied. Did you really think we only had one hidden fleet? Alex could see panic beginning to spread among the Coalition leadership as they realized the true scale of human military power. You now face a choice, Alex continued. Disband your Coalition and return to peaceful relations with humanity, or discover why our ancestors chose to hide rather than continue their conquest of the galaxy. Supreme Commander Vex's multiple eyes darted nervously as he processed the new information. You cannot have that many ships. This must be some kind of deception. Supreme Commander, your fleets are welcome to test that theory, Alex said, but I would advise against it. To emphasize his point, Alex activated another display showing the weapons capabilities of the human fleet. The Coalition leaders gasped as 2 weeks after the alien retreat, Alex stood in the command center of the flagship Eternal Vigilance, watching the galaxy react to humanity's revelation. The massive ship was the crown jewel of the ancient fleet, stretching 5 kilometers from bow to stern and equipped with weapons that could shatter moons. It had been hidden in the asteroid belt for 50,000 years, waiting for this moment. Communications Officer Linda Martinez worked at her station, managing an unprecedented flood of messages from across the galaxy. Every major government, trading consortium, and military alliance was trying to contact humanity. Some offered friendship, others demanded explanations, and a few made thinly veiled threats. Captain, we have received formal communications from 47 different governments, Linda reported. The Galactic Council is requesting an emergency session. The Trade Federation wants to establish new commercial agreements. And sir, 3 species have declared humanity a threat to galactic peace. Alex studied the messages flowing across his screens. The revelation of the hidden fleet had sent shockwaves throughout known space. Species that had considered humanity a minor power were scrambling to understand the new reality. Which species are calling us a threat? Alex asked. The Carnian Dominion, the Machine Collective, and the Void Hunters, Linda replied. They are claiming that humanity has violated galactic law by concealing military assets. Alex was not surprised. Those 3 species were among the most aggressive in the galaxy, known for their expansionist policies and contempt for weaker civilizations. They would naturally see humanity's return as a challenge to their own power. Any responses from our potential allies? Alex asked. The Zentarian Republic has offered a formal alliance, Linda reported. The Academic Coalition wants to exchange scientific knowledge. The Merchant Guild is proposing exclusive trading rights. Alex nodded. These were good signs. The more reasonable species in the galaxy were choosing cooperation over confrontation. Captain, Admiral Wells is requesting a strategic conference, came the voice of Commander Danny Clark, Alex's second-in-command. Danny was a veteran officer who had served on exploration ships before being assigned to the lunar base. His experience with alien cultures had proven invaluable during the current crisis. Admiral Wells appeared on the main holographic display, along with the images of several other high-ranking human officials. Behind her, Alex could see the bustling activity of Earth's military command center. "Alex, we need to discuss our next moves," Admiral Wells said. "The galaxy is in chaos. Half the species want to be our friends and the other half are preparing for war." "What is the current intelligence on hostile forces?" Alex asked. Dr. Helen Brooks, Earth's Director of Alien Intelligence, leaned forward in the conference. "The Carnian Dominion is mobilizing their entire fleet. Our sources suggest they are planning a preemptive strike against human colonies. The Machine Collective is building new weapon systems specifically designed to counter our technology." Alex felt a chill at this news. The Machine Collective was known for their ability to analyze and adapt to new technologies quickly. If they were developing countermeasures to human weapons, it could level the playing field. "How much time do we have?" Alex asked. "Intelligence suggests 2 months before they are ready to attack," Dr. Brooks replied. "Maybe less if they form a formal alliance." Alex considered this timeline. 2 months was not long to prepare for a galactic war. But it might be enough if humanity played their cards correctly. "Admiral, I recommend we attend the Galactic Council session," Alex said. "We need to show the galaxy that we are reasonable, but also that we are not afraid." Admiral Wells nodded. "Agreed. But Alex, we go in strength. I want them to see what we are capable of." 3 days later, Alex led a fleet of 50 human warships toward the Galactic Council station at the center of the galaxy. The massive space station served as neutral ground where over 200 species maintained diplomatic missions. It was also the closest thing the galaxy had to a central government. As the human fleet approached, Alex could see hundreds of alien ships already docked at the station. Many of them were warships from species that had never needed military protection at a diplomatic meeting before. The presence of the human fleet had clearly made everyone nervous. "Captain, the station is requesting that we dock only 5 ships, Linda reported. "They say our full fleet is intimidating the other delegates." "Tell them that all 50 ships will be docking," Alex replied firmly. "If they do not have enough space, they can ask some of the other fleets to make room." Alex watched as the alien ships at the station quickly repositioned themselves to accommodate the human fleet. The sight of the advanced human warships had a sobering effect on the other species. "Sir, we are being hailed by the council chambers," Linda announced. Chancellor Vormax of the Zentorian Republic appeared on the communication screen. Alex had dealt with Vormax before and found him to be one of the more reasonable alien leaders, but even he looked nervous. "Captain Turner," Chancellor Vormax said, "the Galactic Council is honored by humanity's presence. However, your fleet is causing some concern among the other delegates." "Chancellor, humanity has always believed in negotiating from a position of strength," Alex replied. "We are here to discuss the future of galactic relations, and we want everyone to understand the new reality." Alex could see other alien faces appearing on smaller screens around Chancellor Vormax. They were the representatives of the major galactic powers, and most of them looked uncomfortable. "Captain Turner," came a harsh voice from one of the screens. It was General Thurok of the Carnian Dominion. "Your species has deceived the galaxy for millennia. This fleet should be dismantled immediately." "General," Alex replied calmly, "humanity has never lied about our capabilities. We simply chose not to advertise them. There is a difference." Alex activated a holographic display that showed the galaxy as it had existed during humanity's ancient empire. The other delegates stared in shock as they saw that human territory had once covered nearly half of known space. 50,000 years ago, humanity ruled 1,000 star systems. Alex continued. "We commanded fleets that numbered in the millions. Every species now represented on this council lived within territory that was once part of the human empire." Alien delegates whispered among themselves as they processed this information. Many of their home worlds had been part of human space during the ancient empire. "If humanity was so powerful, why did you disappear?" asked Dr. Zethos of the Academic Coalition. Alex had prepared for this question. "Because our ancestors realized that ruling through conquest creates endless rebellion. They chose to step back and allow other species to develop their own civilizations. And now you want to rule again? General Thurrock demanded. No, Alex said firmly. Humanity has no interest in ruling over other species. We simply want our rightful place as an equal among the galactic powers. Alex paused to let this sink in. We are offering partnership to those who want it. We are not demanding submission from anyone. What kind of partnership? Asked Queen Solera of the Crystalline Confederation. Alex smiled. This was the opening he had been hoping for. Humanity has spent 50,000 years developing our technology in secret. We have advances in medicine that can extend lifespans by centuries. We have energy sources that can power entire star systems. We have weapons that can stop supernovas. The alien delegates looked amazed. These technologies were far beyond anything the current galaxy possessed. We are willing to share these advances with our allies, Alex continued. Species that welcome humanity's return will benefit greatly. And species that oppose you? General Thurrock asked. Alex's expression grew serious. General, we hope that will not be necessary. But humanity will defend itself if attacked. To emphasize the point, Alex activated a tactical display showing the current positions of human ships throughout the galaxy. The aliens gasped as they realized that human vessels were already present in dozens of star systems. How many ships do you have? Chancellor Vormax asked quietly. Enough, Alex replied. General Thurrock, your government has been mobilizing forces for an attack on human space. I would strongly advise against that course of action. General Thurrock's face darkened with anger. Are you threatening the Carnian Dominion? I am stating a fact, Alex replied. Humanity has been monitoring your military buildup. We know about your new alliance with the Machine Collective and the Void Hunters. We know about your plans for a coordinated attack. The alien delegates looked shocked that humanity had such detailed intelligence on their military operations. If you attack human space, you will discover why our ancestors chose to hide rather than continue their conquest. Alex continued. But we would prefer to avoid such unpleasantness. Alex activated another display, this one showing potential. Trade routes and scientific exchange programs between human space and friendly alien territories. The choice is yours, Alex said to the assembled delegates. You can work with humanity to build a better galaxy, or you can force us to remind you why our species once ruled the stars. Chancellor Vormax spoke carefully. Captain Turner, what specific terms is humanity proposing? Captain Alex Turner stood in the deepest level of the moon base, staring at something that should not exist. The massive metal door before him was older than any human civilization. It was older than the pyramids, older than written history, older than anything humans were supposed to have built. The door stretched 15 meters high and was covered with symbols that looked almost familiar, but not quite right. Dr. Maya Rodriguez knelt beside the door, carefully brushing dust away from the ancient markings. She had been studying these symbols for 3 months now, and each day brought new mysteries. Maya was the best archaeologist on Earth, but nothing in her training had prepared her for this discovery. How long has this been here? Maya asked, for the 100th time, even though she already knew the answer. According to our carbon dating, at least 50,000 years, Alex replied. Maybe longer. The rock around it has been undisturbed for millennia. Maya shook her head in disbelief. 50,000 years ago, humans were supposed to be living in caves, hunting mammoths with stone spears. They were not supposed to be building massive underground complexes on the moon. They were not supposed to have the technology to travel to space at all. Lieutenant Ryan Brooks approached them, holding a communication device that showed an urgent message from Earth. Ryan was young, barely 25, but he was one of the best communications officers in the Space Service. His face showed worry as he read the message. Sir, we are getting another demand from the Galactic Council, Ryan said. They want to know what we found down here. Alex took the device and looked at the alien face on the screen. It was Ambassador Thex from the Vorthan Empire, one of the most powerful species in the galaxy. The alien had blue skin and 4 black eyes that seemed to see everything. The Vorthans had been watching human space for years, always suspicious that humans were hiding something important. Captain Turner, Ambassador Thek said in his translated voice. The Galactic Council has detected massive energy readings from your moon. These readings do not match any known human technology. You will explain what you are hiding, or we will send ships to investigate ourselves. Alex felt his heart racing. For the past year, he and a small team had been working in secret to understand what lay behind this ancient door. They had told no one else about the discovery, not even the human government. If the aliens learned the truth, it could change everything. Ambassador, those are just old mining operations, Alex lied smoothly. We are extracting rare minerals from deep underground. The alien's 4 eyes narrowed with suspicion. Do not lie to us, human. Our sensors show energy patterns unlike anything we have seen. If you do not provide answers within 48 hours, we will consider this a threat to galactic security. The communication ended, leaving Alex staring at a blank screen. Maya and Ryan both looked at him with worried expressions. Captain, how much longer can we keep this secret? Maya asked. Alex looked back at the ancient door. Behind it lay secrets that could change everything humans thought they knew about their own history. For months, they had been trying to unlock those secrets without alerting the rest of the galaxy. We keep it secret until we understand what it is, Alex said firmly. Maya, any progress on opening the door? Maya nodded toward a control panel, next to the door. The panel was covered with the same strange symbols that decorated the door itself. They looked like a mixture of ancient human languages, but were clearly much more advanced. I think I have figured out most of the symbols, Maya said. They are like ancient human writing, but evolved. As if humans had a great civilization thousands of years before we thought they did, and then something happened that made us forget everything. That is impossible, Ryan said. We know human history. We evolved on Earth. We have archaeological records going back hundreds of thousands of years. Do we really know everything? Maya asked. What if all our history books are wrong? What if humans had a great spacefaring civilization long ago and then something happened that forced us to start over? Alex had been thinking the same thing for months. The door was clearly made by humans, but it was far too old and advanced for any known human civilization. The metal itself was an alloy that human science had only recently learned to create, yet it had been forged 50,000 years ago. Maya, can you open it? Alex asked. Maya walked to the control panel and began pressing symbols in a specific sequence. She had been studying the patterns for weeks, trying to understand the logic behind the ancient writing. Her fingers moved carefully over each symbol, afraid of making a mistake. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, ancient machinery began to hum deep within the walls. The massive door shuddered and began to move, sliding slowly into the rock face. Cool air flowed out of the opening, carrying a strange metallic smell that reminded Alex of ozone after a lightning strike. The air is safe to breathe, Ryan reported, checking his scanner. But there are strange energy readings coming from inside. Alex took a deep breath and stepped through the doorway. Maya and Ryan followed close behind him. Their flashlights cut through the darkness, revealing a corridor that stretched into the distance. The walls were covered with more of the ancient symbols, arranged in complex patterns that seemed to tell a story. They walked for several minutes through the corridor, their footsteps echoing in the silence. Alex noticed that the symbols on the walls were changing as they went deeper. The writing was becoming more complex, more advanced, as if they were moving through different periods of human history. Finally, they reached another door. This one was different from the first. Instead of metal, it was made of some kind of crystal that glowed with a soft blue light. The crystal seemed to pulse like a heartbeat, and Alex could feel energy radiating from it. What is that? Ryan whispered. Maya approached the crystal door carefully. I think it is some kind of energy barrier, but the technology is unlike anything we have ever seen. It is not just advanced, it is completely beyond our understanding. Alex walked closer to the door. As he approached, the crystal began to glow brighter. Then a voice spoke. It was clearly human, but the accent was strange, like someone speaking an ancient form of English that had evolved over thousands of years. Genetic scan complete, the voice said. Human DNA confirmed, bloodline verified. Access granted to the archive of memory. The crystal door dissolved like morning mist, revealing a room beyond that took Alex's breath away. The chamber was enormous, filled with holographic displays that showed star maps, technical diagrams, and images of spacecraft that looked far more advanced than anything humans had ever built. "Welcome to the archive," the voice continued. "You have been gone for a very long time. The Watchers have been waiting for your return." Alex stared at the displays in amazement. The star maps showed the entire galaxy, with routes marked between thousands of star systems. The spacecraft in the images were massive, each one the size of a city, bristling with weapons that could destroy planets. "Maya," Alex said quietly, his voice filled with awe. "I do not think we are the first humans to reach the stars." On one of the largest displays, Alex could see a fleet of human warships in formation. They were attacking what looked like an alien world, their weapons carving through enemy defenses like a hot knife through butter. The ships moved with incredible speed and precision, clearly superior to anything the aliens could field against them. "How is this possible?" Ryan asked, staring at the display. The voice answered him. "Your ancestors built the greatest fleet in galactic history. For 10,000 years, humanity ruled the stars. Every species in the galaxy knew and feared the human name. Then came the Great Silence." "The Great Silence?" Maya asked. "A time when humanity chose to disappear," the voice explained. "The other species had grown jealous of human power. They formed a great alliance to destroy humanity. Rather than fight a war that would devastate the galaxy, your ancestors chose to vanish from history." Alex felt his mind reeling. Humanity had once ruled the galaxy. It seemed impossible, but the evidence was right in front of him. The displays showed cities on distant worlds, trade routes spanning thousands of light years, scientific achievements that modern humans could barely imagine. "Where are the ships now?" Alex asked. The voice paused for a moment. "Hidden, waiting, sleeping until the day when humanity would need them again." On the main display, Alex could see current star maps showing the positions of alien fleets throughout the galaxy. Many of them were moving toward the solar system, drawn by the same energy readings that had attracted the Galactic Council's attention. "The other species suspect the truth," the voice continued. "They remember the old stories about human power. They are coming to make sure humanity never rises again." Alex looked at Maya and Ryan. Both of them looked as shocked as he felt. They had come here expecting to find ancient ruins. Instead, they had discovered that everything they thought they knew about human history was wrong. "How many ships are hidden?" Alex asked. 1,000 capital ships, the voice replied. 10,000 support vessels, all equipped with technology that surpasses anything the current galactic powers possess. Alex felt a chill run down his spine. Hidden somewhere were ships that could conquer the galaxy, ships that